Hey there, Colleen here, DIYer behind lemon-thistle.com, and today I'm excited to share my holiday home tour with you all. So every year I share my holiday home tour, and every season and home tour I always say the same things. I like to keep it pretty simple. We have 4 kids, our home is pretty busy, we don't really want to add a ton more stuff, and this year, last month, we added this guy to the mix. So now we have 4 young kids and a puppy, and so yeah, once again, we're keeping it pretty simple. We've got nothing breakable in here, not a single glass ornament on our tree, and it's actually like my favorite holiday decor that we've done yet in 8 years of vlogging. So it's a good one. We've got lots of fresh cedar. We've got lots of bells because we can tell when they're being touched. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy it. So in this video, I am sharing my main living space, or entryway, living room, kitchen, dining room, as well as our main bathroom, because I do love to decorate in there as well. All right, let's get into it. All right, so welcome to our holiday home. This is our family home, again, where we have our 4 kids and our new puppy, and this is how we've decorated for this season, and it's really been so nice to have less decorations and less stuff that feel really precious that we would be concerned about the kids breaking or the puppy getting into, and it's just been really relaxing, not having to think about any of that this year. So if you are thinking you want to do less this year, but feel a little bit guilty, please take my encouragement and just do whatever feels good. So in the entryway here, we have 2 dollar store DIYs from last year. This is my dollar store wreath and paper bag snowflakes. Both of those are in my dollar store DIYs video from last holiday season. The kids helped me make the snowflakes this year. It was so fun to be able to do with them and hang up. I did switch out my letterboard for an Oh Holy Night pennant. I really love how this looks here. This is a DIY that I made. I have a blog post all about no-sew pendants. I can link that below. Into the dining room, we've kept it pretty simple. I have some fresh greenery on the table with some candlesticks, and I've also put a greenery swag above the picture here. And again, this is just fresh cedar with a little bit of eucalyptus. What I really love about cedar is that it dries, and while it doesn't look bright, brand new, fresh, it can look beautiful dried all Christmas long. And then in the corner, I do have our Advent tree. It is an activity calendar with little envelopes, and I will link the video where I show that. I made it as a free printable this year, so if you're watching it in future years, you can definitely print that out for your family as well. Into the kitchen, again, very minimal. I've got some fresh floral arrangements. You know how much I love florals. All through the spring, summer, and fall, I had my own garden florals to have in my home tours, and I've become very partial to having flowers all the time. So I went to my favorite local florist and I had this arrangement made here. And then one of the things that I do like to do is I like to ask for a separate bouquet, just a small bouquet of blooms that will coordinate with the arrangement that I get made. And then I kind of spread those out throughout the house with fresh clippings. So in this case, cedar, pine, that sort of thing. And I really love how that ties together the decor, and it makes it seem like we have florist arranged pieces throughout our home, but we really just have this one beautiful one. And then we've tied those flowers in with other blooms throughout the house. In my last YouTube video, I talk about how I like to change things up seasonally without adding too much clutter, and one of my suggestions there was to change the scent of your home. So you can see that I have candles burning in the rooms here. These are holiday scents, but it makes the whole house smell like Christmas. One of the other tips that I give is swapping out things that you regularly used for a seasonal variety. Now, I'm not one to have like a whole set of Christmas towels, but we do have this little snowflake rug that I found at Target years ago, like back when Canada had a Target. Now, since this video was taken, of course, my counters have filled up a little bit. We've got gingerbread houses that the kids made with the grandparents, and we have chocolate advent calendars that grandma gave to my kids. And this is one of the reasons that I really like to keep my home decor super simple and minimal, so that we do have clear counter space for those things that inevitably come up, so that it's not overwhelming and frustrating to deal with where to put these things. Into the living room, this is my favorite room at the holidays. I just love it so much. And this is my favorite year to see our home decorated for Christmas. I'm in love with it. On the mantle, we have fresh cedar and some eucalyptus sprigs. My neighbor dropped off some eucalyptus for me, actually. I love how this looks mixed into the garland here. And I am just using command hooks on the mantle, and then I'm just tucking the cedar branches in behind them. You can see one of the arrangements that I have here that I made using the small bouquet that I ordered alongside of my floral arrangement. Since that vase wasn't quite tall enough to make a statement over top of the garland, I've just turned a black bowl upside down to set the vase on top of. I love this for elevating arrangements, and this is something that I learned back when I was doing catering in university. We also have our personalized stockings here. I got these a few years ago, and this year we ordered a new one for our puppy. So the entire mantle is going to be covered with these furry stockings, and I'm so excited about it. Our Christmas tree is one that was handed down to us years ago. I think 7 years ago, we were gifted this Christmas tree from Shane's aunt when she moved out of her place. So it was secondhand then, and 8 years later it is still going strong. It's definitely losing a lot of branches every time we put lights on it, but by adding picks of flocked branches and picks of eucalyptus in there, and then large ornaments like these tiny paper bag snowflakes, it really helps fill it out and makes it look full. Other than the paper bag snowflakes and the sprigs of faux greenery in here, we also have some pine cones, and we have lots of bells. So the bells is something that we had growing up on our Christmas tree. We had a cat and a dog, and it was the way that we could tell if they were getting into the tree. The last thing that we do have on here is these marquee letters. These are light up marquee letters that we were sent from overseas family a couple years ago, and they're our kids' very favorite ornaments. Other than that, in the living room, I did swap out the pillow covers. These are some pillow covers that I made a few years ago for sale, and I don't sell them anymore, but I sure love the look of the hand lettering on the cream velvet pillowcases. They are so soft, and it's easy just to swap on a fresh pillowcase for the season and make it feel festive. There's another arrangement here that I made. And then over on my plant console, this is one area that last year I felt like was really lacking for decor. So I wanted to take some time and brainstorm and see how I could make it look festive. And just by adding the fresh cedar in the vase and over the mirror, it looks so festive and beautiful, and it was really, really simple. So you can get bundles of fresh greenery if you don't want to go out and forage yourself. I think that it was $4 for a bundle of cedar. So to make the swags over the mirrors, I just wired the pieces of cedar together, and then I used a command hook above the mirror, and then I just hooked that right on there. Added these vases of cedar around the plants, and the color is very similar. It totally ties in, and you can see I put a little tiny vase full of cedar on this side table here, and it just makes it look wintry and lovely. And then I feel like my plants are just part of my winter decor. The last place that I wanted to show you is our bathroom, and we renovated this bathroom a couple years ago. I am still totally in love with it. I added a bough of fresh greenery with some eucalyptus and those smaller bells that I bought at the summer, and I really love how this looks over the toilet instead of the floral art that we usually have there. And then other than that, I just have a couple little bottle brush trees on the counter, and these were a dollar store find a couple years ago as well, but I just love the darker color of green that they are. All right, so that is our home all decked for the holidays. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that maybe you have some inspiration on what to add to your home or what you're allowed to even take away out of your home decor if you're just not feeling it this year. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more DIY or home decor videos. We'll see you next time.